Hey guys, from the new crib. I hope you guys are all doing great-ish. Today is Monday, 31st of March, so happy month end. Tomorrow is literally 1st April, which is crazy. The first quarter is literally almost done. And I'm so happy because that means this season at work is coming to an end officially. Let me just place this nicely. Okay, so hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know I'm in a different room, I'm in a different setup, so let's get ready for work. I'm running late almost while I give you guys a live update of what's going on and how I'm in a new apartment, and life's crazy guys. 2025 is going in the Great Hall of Fame. So hey guys, you guys know that in my previous apartment I was living with a housemate. Just hold on, just do my lips. I'm looking at myself in the mirror right now so that I can see myself while I'm doing a get ready with me. So you guys know I was living with a housemate in my previous, well, not in my previous video, but like in my previous apartment I was living with a housemate. So we were splitting rent down the middle. And basically I moved to that apartment on the 1st of November last year. So I was there for roughly about 4.5 months, if I can say, which obviously not obviously, but I wasn't planning on moving out of the apartment anytime soon, because honestly speaking, like if you guys remember, it was a super cute apartment. Like that was my first house basically, so it's like it will always hold a place in my heart even though I'm no longer there. But for me, like I always have something about it that just makes me feel like, oh my god, because that was like the entryway into living on my own and adulthood and things like that, you know. So I'm always going to like be attached to that apartment in some way, not in a way that I want to go back, but like in a way that that's the first time I got to experience living on my own without my parents, as in not like uni, but like actually living on my own, like paying bills. Yeah, so basically we lived there for about 4.5 months, and then like I would say 2 weeks ago she decided that she was going to move out, and of course I had kind of wished that she had given me prior notice, because 2 weeks is, well, she had given me basically 3 to 4 weeks to say I'm going out on this date. So yeah, I need to make, basically didn't want to make my own arrangements. I just assumed I'd make my own arrangements because she was going to go out of the place. So staying there wasn't going to be very economical because the place was expensive. It was a 2-bedroom apartment, 2 bathrooms, and if I was going to be staying there alone, it wasn't going to make sense to paying all of that money, because I mean, I'm on my own. I don't have kids, I don't have a partner, so it's like, why am I staying in a big house? You know what I'm saying? So with that happening, it was decided that I was going to have to move out. And of course, moving is not something that happens like that. It's a very, if you guys have house hunted before in Lusaka, you know that it's a sport. Like house hunting in Lusaka is a literal sport, and I feel like, you know, for someone like myself who is very particular about what she wants in a kitchen, in a bedroom, in a bathroom, it's not something that I felt like I was going to be able to do, because I was basically told it's either you leave, you pay more rent, or you become homeless, you know. And ish guys, like, take it from me, do not get a housemate. Like guys, this is not even shade or anything to that person, but like living with somebody is so much more complicated than you think. If you guys are friends, please just know that if things go south, I hope you don't make that person off, because like having a housemate is one of the most interesting and difficult things I've had to experience, in all honesty. It wasn't even like all that bad, if I'm being honest with you. It was just, I think the little things are kind of built up to saying like, do I really want to do this for the long run? But I'm one person who's very accommodating. I'm one person, my mom has raised me to be a very accommodating person. I'm very adaptable. So it's like, despite me being in an uncomfortable situation, I'll try my best to make the most out of it, so that I don't be miserable, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, and little things like that. So obviously I knew at some point I was going to move out and be on my own. I just the timeline wasn't just what it currently is, basically. So I remember that day, like when I was given the news, guys, I cried so bad, because it was a situation of saying, if I don't manage to find a place like soon, I'm surely going to become homeless and live in my car. Like it was so bad. And I think for me the craziest thing about the whole experience was just how inconsiderate that person was, because it's like that person had already figured out where they were going to go, and basically went behind my back, okay, because we moved in that apartment together, so we signed this agreement together. So now to go behind my back and make these arrangements without letting your person know, I think was very inconsiderate. This is not a venting video, but I'm just giving us like a backstory of why I even ended up moving out of the place. So guys, yeah, it was a very difficult time because house hunting, in between going for work, running a business, it was just too chaotic. And you guys know, house hunting is not just about finding a house. You need to find 2 months plus security deposit, which is expensive. So then it's like crazy, because how am I going to manage to finance all of these things? And mind you, I have been given a due date between when I need to leave, so it's like I've already been told by this day I have to be out. I don't know where I'm gonna go, because most, if not all of my family is on the Copper Belt. This side, I have like a few relatives that I talk to here and there, but they're not people that I can typically live with, and I didn't want to live with anyone else after that, because if you guys know, prior to me getting that first apartment, I was living with some people that yeah, that's a whole nother story. After the experience, I said I'm not going to live with these people anymore. Then I move into this apartment with this person, and then this happens, and I'm just like, God, I think this is my time to just be on my own, because there's absolutely no way I'm going to keep on going through all of these things. You know, I need my peace of mind. I need to be enjoying myself. Work is already stressful enough, so let me just be on my own. Because initially, when I did move to Lusaka, my ideal, if it was up to me, I would have moved into my own apartment straight away. But you guys know how God works. He has his own plans, and I'm just like, wow, Father, you've given me a due date, so give me the money to find a house, because where am I going to go, right? So the very day, actually not the very day, but should have been the day after I started apartment hunting, because I was like, okay, I need to actually leave. And I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I was so hopeless, because I'm like, I have no idea how I'm going to be able. Time 7:25, I need to make sure I leave by 7:50, and I have another story to tell you guys actually while we're doing that. But yeah, anyways, so that's basically what happened. So I managed to find an apartment, which is the one I'm living in right now. And it's so funny because, one, the location is excellent. Okay, guys, when I tell you that I'm actually living it up, the location is so excellent. Give me a second. The location is absolutely excellent, because guys, I just don't want to give you guys the exact place where I am, but this is an actual apartment complex, so I'm not alone in the vicinity. There's 10 other flats, or 9 other flats, because there's 10, and then mine's a 1-bedroom, basically like my previous one. 1-bedroom, it's like my previous one, but with 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom, and then I've got a living room and a kitchen with the inbuilt cooker. Guys, like, I'll give you guys a full furnished apartment tour when I do finish finishing the place. But yeah, so basically, like a week or so after that whole situation happened, I was apartment hunting, and it was so hopeless, because guys, like, everywhere I was going, when I was calling, was just a dead end. So then I was like, you know what, so I was with a friend of mine, and then, you know, he goes like, why don't you check the apartment that you initially spoke about? Because I kept on, even while I was living where I was living in Midwood Ibex. Now I can tell you guys, I was living in Midwood Ibex. I'm not too far from there, but I'm not going to get the exact location, just to give you guys an idea. Yeah, so he's like, why don't you go and check out the first apartment that you talked about so much? You never know, it might just be vacant. And you know, in my head, I'm like, well, I don't know how that's going to be possible, but we might as well try. That was like basically after a whole day apartment hunting. That should have been around 18 hours, if I'm not mistaken, like literally a week ago at 18 hours. So I was like, okay, cool. So we came and checked out the place, and guys, when I tell you I serve a living God, like, the apartment was available within my price range, perfect location. Guys, like, you know, crying tears of joy. So like, I was so happy, because thank you God, I found an apartment, but now we need the money to pay for the apartment. So now it's like one problem down, another problem to go. Like, that's adulting for you in a nutshell. So I'm just like, okay, cool. So I spoke to the board of directors, aka my parents. I'm like, guys, so I found a place. I sent them pictures, they approved, and they're like, okay, cool, we like the place, so like, let's organize so that we can get you there. Because being where I wasn't willing to even stay till her due date, basically, and this one was already available, it was vacant. I might as well move in before month end, so that I can avoid paying that other place for the following month, right? Cool. By the way, because we even inconvenience the landlord so much, we're not even getting our security deposit, because that's what I was hoping to use to finance furnishing this new crib. But then because of that whole situation, unfortunately I had to forfeit my whole rent, guys, because like I've already forgiven that person. Let's move on. So yeah, so that's basically what happened. And then I signed the lease agreement, I get out the next day for this apartment. That was on a Sunday a week ago. So today is 31st March, so on the 24th I signed the lease agreement. And yeah, by last week Wednesday I had paid for everything, and I scheduled my move out to be on Friday, which was 2 days ago, because like I just couldn't stay there any longer. I got my keys. I was getting my keys on Thursday. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I'm sure you guys even saw the picture that I took. Let me show you guys from here. That's in my kitchen. I'm going to give you guys a proper apartment tour like when I finish finishing the place, because I have some Pinterest boards I'm trying to recreate. So if you want to be seeing like snippets, follow me on my IG, because I always post when I'm shopping and that kind of thing. But basically this is the crib. This is how the kitchen stroke living room looks like. So that's that. So when I finish finishing the place, I'll definitely give you guys an apartment tour. I'm not going to show you guys like the process of me finishing the place. I just want to give you guys a proper like furnished apartment tour when it's done being furnished. The goodness though is that because in the previous apartment, when we were buying items for the house, we had split what we were going to buy. So for me, the TV was mine, the couch was mine, the bathrooms were mine. Most of the stuff in that house was mine, because I love comfortable living, and I'm not going to shy away from buying certain things simply because I'm living with someone. That just means in moving out, I moved out with the whole house except the fridge, because she got the fridge. So I'm saving up for a fridge, guys. So if you want to buy me a fridge, send me some money so that I can go and buy this fridge. I saw a very nice fridge at this back, you guys, in this shop. What shop is that? I haven't forgotten the name of the store, but I saw a really cute fridge, you guys. Like, so many good options. It's the store, I don't know if you guys remember what store was there. Food Lovers Market was at East Park, the entrance for Nando's. I don't know what the name of that it's a homeware store, so like fridges, TVs, that kind of thing. Yeah, so guys, buy me a fridge. I'm begging. But yeah, so that's basically what happened. And then I ended up moving out on Friday, and that's how I got here. So now this is where life becomes interesting, and why I say I honestly serve a living God who has his own plans. So I move here on Friday, and then the same Friday I move in, my neighbor hits into my vehicle. So now as we speak, my car's at the mechanic getting repaired because the bonnet was destroyed. Like, I feel like I've just been baptized into adulthood. It's so crazy. So that happened, and now I'm basically waiting for my car to get fixed. So I'm actually going on a Yango for work today. The mechanic texted me at like 4 in the morning saying the car will be ready for collection at 9 hours, which is great. I took it there yesterday, but I still have to pay the 50% balance, which by the way he is paying for, because like, you don't hit into my vehicle at midnight while you're drunk and expect to go away scot-free. Like, let's not do that. So yeah, that's basically what happened. And then yeah, so it's been an interesting weekend. So yesterday, after dropping off the car at the mechanic, I was able to go to East Park to buy things for my living room, because in the previous house, things like curtains, like I said, we were splitting things to buy. So I didn't buy, the only curtains I had were for my bedroom. So I needed to get curtains for the living room. I wanted to also, because this house, if you've seen so far from what you're looking at right now in the screen, this house has got very few black accents. It's a very, I can't really say rustic vibe, but the undertones in this house are like browns and nudes, which I also like. But you guys know I can't shy away from my favorite color, which is black. So I was like, how am I going to incorporate black into the crib? Because I feel like black just speaks to like me as a person, because all my friends are like, if you're my good friend, you know I love the color black. Like, I'm sure even you guys know I love the color black so much. So I'm like, how am I going to incorporate the color black into the new crib, which is for the most part brown and white? So the goodness that my beddings and my bed, this part is black, has got black and everything. My mirror is black. I love the color of the wardrobes though. I think they're like really cute. So I switched out the pillows in the sitting room. Remember, if you guys remember, I don't know if you guys remember, because I didn't even show you guys really when I bought those old pillows, but the old pillows that I got were initially brown and white, but I just bought black pillow covers because I wanted to get a black carpet. So I got a black and white carpet, and then I got black. Guys, it's coming together because I also need to print out like pictures to put in picture frames that are going to go above like my couch. I have a whole thing in my head. Luckily, I already have a TV, I already have all of these things. It's just the small items plus a fridge that I need to buy still. So yeah, so basically that's that with the whole apartment shenanigans. And honestly speaking, like I remember my previous video, it's so funny because I filmed that Q&A about moving out like the week I was going to that I was going to have to book out of that place, and I'm just like, well damn, this is gonna come at a better time. How am I going to tie my hair today? Oh yeah, by the way, I did my hair on Saturday from my girl Lydia. Like, she's the person who does all of my hairstyles. You guys always DM me like, who does your hair? She does my braids, she does my ponytails. I only trust her with my hair. Like literally. Her shop is at the complex. If you are privy to Salama Park, Minwood Ibex, Avondale, there's a complex right opposite KFC, where there to my shops and whatnot. She's upstairs. If you want a phone number, I can just DM me and I'll give you a phone number. She's my girl. She always does my hair and she always does me right, because I was really craving braids. I'm tired of ponytails for now, although I know in 2 weeks I'll unbraid this hair and do a ponytail again. So yeah, so that's basically that. So that's how I ended up moving to this new crib, you guys. It was so crazy. I still till now I think it's super crazy how everything has happened, but I think this was God's intention, I think, all along, because there's absolutely no way that this is even happening right now. I think I like this. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or I should put it in a claw clip. What do you guys think? Should it go in a claw clip or should I like, I think it's going to go in a claw clip, maybe. Yeah, I think let's put it in a claw clip. So yeah, so that's basically how I ended up moving to this new apartment, guys. It was not supposed to happen anytime soon, but I guess God had his own plans. And I'm not going to lie, I'm actually really, in the moment, I'm not going to lie, you guys, I was so pissed. Not pissed at God per se, but just like, okay, why? Because this is not something that I was supposed to be thinking about doing anytime soon because it's expensive. But I told him and I prayed, and this is why I think I really love going to church, because when Bruce Missy even spoke about this the other week on Sunday, he's like, you know, we really need to, as Christians, we need to stop playing it small and tap into the righteousness of God. Because it's like, look, if God makes you go through certain things, best believe. Have you guys seen that I don't know if I can call it a tweet or whatever, but it's a famous saying lately that dream big. If God gives you a dream, best believe he's going to finance it for you. And I told him, I said, look, you've made me move out. Me, I don't have money. But like, you need to finance this for me, because I wasn't planning on moving anytime soon. I'm already struggling to pay certain bills, so let's not make me homeless. You know what I'm saying? Hope this even looks good what I'm trying to do to my hair right now. But yeah, guys, so basically that's what happened, and that's how we've ended up here. Like I said, it's not something I was planning on even like doing for a very long time, but God said no, get up. And because of this situation, I had to cancel all the plans I had. If you guys remember, I did have a upcoming paint and create that I had to cancel, because honestly speaking, where I live was more important than creating content. And this is something I was talking about even in my previous video. I was saying that life will happen to you so much, so don't, let me see if this is going to work. Turned out these braids are what, they're hip length, not even bum length, they're hip length, like they're really long. So I love that so much. So let me just dress up, and basically anyway, that's the tea, guys. So like I was saying, I just told God, I'm like, you know what, you made me move out sooner than I'm supposed to, so like, let's finance these plans, because I don't understand how I'm supposed to make this happen with the little money that I have. And for sure, guys, it has been coming through. So I'm going to pick up my vehicle probably during lunchtime, like during my lunch hour at work, because obviously I can't go during work hours unless I fuck up my supervisor. But that's basically the tea of the new crib. So my advice to anyone who's planning on moving out, don't get a housemate. 1, start house hunting like 3 months in advance. 2 or 3, make sure that you've saved up at least 3 months worth of rent, because that's how much you probably have to pay for the house that you want to move into, because it's expensive. So let me just dress up and get ready, call the angle, because I'm not really eating breakfast today. I'm not really hungry, if I'm being honest with you guys. I just want to go for work and make this bag. So yeah, so like I was saying, I had to cancel all my plans for April, because literally, like, how's I going to finance everything I was trying to do, you know what I'm saying? And of course it sucked, because the 9 to 5 is my baby, but I think I'm in a period where I just need to focus on properly learning my business model before even hiring anybody else to work for me. I had to let go my current employees, because I just feel like I need to understand my business first before delegating the work to somebody else, because I think it's going to be easier, even in terms of supervising what they're doing, if I also have a clear understanding of what it is they're actually trying to work on and whatnot. So yeah, that's basically the life update. So let me dress up and get ready, finish getting ready, go for work, and then I'll see you guys when I'll show you guys my full fit. I've worn it before, it's not something that's brand new. I just want to show you guys my hair and my lashes. So I'm going to get like a cute little thumbnail. I've been enjoying these thumbnails where like I'm me talking and then I just take a screenshot, because my camera quality is so good. So let me hurry up, call the angle, get out of here, and I'll see you guys. Let me just dress up and then we'll be out of here. But this hair is, guys, like, oh my goodness, the hair looks so good. Like, I feel so pretty. So I'm ready. This is the full final work fit. I feel cute. The younger is already on his way. It's 7:45. I need to leave like yesterday. My supervisor just from calling me. So yeah, I will speak with you guys again in my next video probably. You guys will be seeing a lot of content like this, so just enjoy. I'm so glad you guys really enjoyed my previous video also, the one I was talking about. It was basically a Q&A. You guys really enjoyed it, so I'm really glad about that, and I'm looking forward to seeing this new era of my life. I'm just grateful to God for honestly making it possible for me to even like live on my own at 21 years old. Like, guys, it's a testament of God's goodness. There's still a lot of things I need to do in this house, like putting up nails for all my hanging stuff, because I haven't yet screwed my TV onto the wall. I haven't yet hung this thing, the let your faith bigger than your fear, because I don't have any. There were no nails in any of the walls here, so I probably have to look for someone to come and do those things for me, and I have to put up my mirror in the bathroom. So there's still so much that I need to get done. This weekend was a very jam-packed weekend, because at the same time of me moving, I was also doing my maintenance. These braids took the whole day. I was doing my lashes as well from Lashed ZM, so it's like there was so much going on, but I feel rested and I'm ready to conquer the day. So I'll catch you guys in my next video. I'm hoping to have this video up for you guys by this week, because there's some promo content that I just signed a contract with an international brand, guys. I'm so happy to be back in my content bag, really, because we need to buy the fridge. So I'll see you guys again in my next video. I love you guys so much, and enjoy your Monday.